Hello, and welcome to Totally Schway Flipside. My name is Mary,
My name is Luke.
and this is a podcast about whatever the hell I want it to be about. And today it's going to be about comments. Now, I need to preface something. Both Luke and I have cough drops in our mouths.
Yeah, so Mary's still recovering, but she's got her voice back for the most part.
Yeah.
And me, I picked up a cold yesterday.
Oh, no. Oh, shall we have a little talk about what we did yesterday?
Yeah, if you want to.
So, Luke and I finally had our Christmas party
Mm-hmm.
because of our work Christmas party. Um, and it was nice ish.
Yeah, the food was uneven, but,
Yeah.
nice venue, nice vibes, nice stuff.
Yeah, it was all right. I just love a restaurant where you're saying things properly and then they try to correct you, even though you're from a place that's closer to Mexico than they are. That's all I have to say about that. Anyway, yeah, I also went to Pop Mart. Where did we go first?
That's an excellent question. Where did we go first?
Anthro?
Yeah, anthropology.
They didn't have what I wanted. There's some cute stuff, but a lot of anthropology stuff is very like for the beige ladies and gentlemen and everyone else. Whereas I'm not I don't know, when you walk into our house at a certain point, our house looked like it was kind of like just a black and white photo,
Mm-hmm.
like in grayscale. And that's how I want to live my life. And is it called millennial gray or something?
Something like that, yeah.
I love. And I've loved it since before I can remember. So yeah. Um so that was it. That was kind of a bust. And then we went to Pop Mart,
Mm-hmm.
which was not a bust
Well,
until we got home and realized that the thing that I wanted, I mean the things that I purchased, I've purchased three. I picked up one of the um mini Labubu things that have like the letters on them. And I got a little black one. I opened that when we were in London at the party thing, which was a party for two, by the way.
mm-hmm.
Best kind of party. And I got a little black one. It had an R on it, but I'm gonna name it Rambunctious.
Mm.
If you go into my TikTok, you can actually see it having Mexican food at El Pastor. Um, and then I got the Why So Serious things, which I have a few of those already. Um, and I got two of the same one, and I already had that one, so now I have three. So I've told my niece that she is getting one.
Yeah, so for anyone that doesn't know what these things are, they're basically like blind bags with little, like,
My boxes, yeah.
toys in them, I suppose.
Plushies.
Plushies, yeah, the charms that you put on your bag as well, aren't they?
Yeah, it gives me a little bit of joy when I look at them.
Yeah.
And I think in a world where um there's not a whole bunch of joy at the moment, it's all right. And I'm an adult and I'm closer to not I'm near I'm nearly 40. I'm closer to 40 than I am to 20. I say that. And I don't drink and I don't do drugs other than the ones I'm prescribed on, you know. And
Don't do drugs other than heroin.
no, no, no,
A little bit of meth every now and then.
no, no.
No, I'm joking, obviously.
Ace the dog, no, not Ace, Zero the dog that I saw in my high school would be very disappointed if I did any of those.
Drug sniffing dog.
And then Ace, the bat hound,
Mhm.
would be very disappointed. And then we went to a book signing. Well, would you call it a book signing?
It's a comic book signing.
Yeah.
You missed off the fun adventures we had in Notting Hill.
Oh, were they fun?
No, they weren't. So we went to the comic book exchange, which is like a second-hand comic shop, and they often have some really old stuff there. They didn't really have anything I was looking for, but don't tell Julia Rowell, but I bought some of Scott Snyder and Greg Capullo's DC comics. I know, edgelord, but I bought them. We paid for them. We went next door to the secondhand bookshop that it's the
We
same
thought we
company.
paid for them.
Yeah, well, that's the point. I paid for them, went in there. Then the guy came and found us and was like, actually, sorry, the payment didn't go through. Do you mind trying again? I was like, yeah, sure. Turns out their card machine was down, and it was down on the whole street. So it wasn't
Mm.
just them and the bookshop, it was all of the shops on that street.
By the way, for anyone who doesn't know this, this happens a lot in London and in the shopping centers here in England, like a lot.
As someone who only goes to these places every now and then, this is the first time that's ever happened to me.
Mm.
But I ended up having to go and get cash out, which was arduous because I'm a millennial and I don't touch money. But I got some comics from there, and that was nice. And then we went to the signing, as Mary said, with
But that's one of our favorite comic stores, though.
yeah, it's decent.
It wasn't their fault.
No, it's not the guy's
But
fault at
he's
all.
very lucky we were next door.
Yeah, like if we'd have just wandered off, that's it. He'd be down, however much we spent.
Yeah.
And you got a Lord of the Rings board game from there,
Yeah,
didn't
that's
you?
like honestly one of the best, coolest things of the day was finding that. £8.
Hmm.
And I think it was the first, it's not like the original Lord of the Rings game, it's the one that was in 2000.
Hmm. Still 25 years old.
Yeah, so it was really awesome. And it's got all of the pieces. Like it has every single piece.
Yeah.
And then after that yeah.
Yeah. Then went to the signing at Forbidden Planet with the artist Jock, who was signing copies of his new Judge Dredd book and Absolute Batman 15. So we had a very nice, very brief chat with him, and he signed some comics for us.
Can I just say, I went while Luke was queuing up in the line, because we got there early because we were kind of we are not people that go out to uh places that have like hundreds of people a lot of the time. We usually go to like nice chill places and stuff like that, mainly because I'm a very anxious person. And this was one of the places yesterday that was just filled with loads of people. It was at
Hmm.
Forbidden Planet, in Soho.
It's on Shaftesbury Avenue, so
Yeah, it was
close enough.
yeah, technically Soho, but upstairs at Forbidden Planet is kind of just like manga inspired things and very little to do with comic books. And then downstairs is like I'd say about 60% manga, if not more, if not 70%. So there was a lot of people there. If you like manga, great, awesome. I just don't know anything. Like I know a little bit about it, but I don't know enough to talk about it.
Hmm.
There were so many people, and then the parents were with these people who have no idea what any of these things are, and then they're just like all over the place. And when I came back downstairs where Luke was waiting, there was this queue, and it was huge because it had like doubled in size in the less than 10 minutes I had been gone upstairs to have a look.
Yeah.
And it was so awesome to see that. This queue wasn't because I had originally thought it was because they do trading cards downstairs too. I thought it was the line to that.
For the Pokemon
Yeah,
cards.
but no, it was a line to see Jacques. So there were so many people that showed up. They went from originally having a limit of 4 things being signed to 2, so people could so everyone could be seen
Yeah.
really, and nobody bitched about it.
No.
Nobody complained. It got through the line really quickly, and Jacques was so absolutely lovely. Absolutely lovely. And when I mentioned the queue to him, you could see just how happy he was. And it was
Yeah.
a genuine like surprise about how many people showed up to see him.
Yeah, he said, oh, I've done signings before where there's been hardly anyone, and now there's all these hundreds of people.
Yeah, it was just that part of the day was truly amazing because it's just the community coming together to support someone who is an artist and is just extremely great at what they do and cares. And although I wish Forbidden Planet was a bit more organized, um in term well, the space that they have the signings in is just a bit odd,
Yeah,
but
it's in a corner with the fantasy books.
that I wanted to look at, by the
Yeah.
way,
Yeah.
but I couldn't. But and that's fine. I'll do it like online or whatever. But it was such a good experience. Like all of the, shit that happened throughout the day because of the Christmas rush, which is getting worse and worse each year. Um, it was all worth it for that moment. That his smile, his
Yeah.
genuine surprise.
Yeah, and he was very nice.
Yeah,
Signed some absolute Batman comics for us, and yeah, it's
it was
nice.
good. It was good. Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny. We got there about 45 minutes before the signing started, and there were still probably about, I don't know, 30, 40 people in front of us,
Mm.
something like that. So yeah, it was very popular, went very well. They'd had 3 signings that day. They had one with Garth Ennis and some other people who had a new book out. I've forgotten what it was called. It was Battle something.
We had so much going on
Yeah.
yesterday.
We didn't go to that one because we,
Mm.
we had lots of other stuff to do. And then they had I think it was the artist from the um, Ultimate Universe Year 2 or 2 years in, whatever it's
Was
called.
it the one that was before?
Yeah.
So we did see him, but we didn't actually we didn't have him sign anything.
No, because I already got the comic, so,
Mm.
and I didn't bring it with us because I didn't think we'd make it in time. But anyway, but all in all, busy day yesterday, but I've woken up today with a nasty cold. So to hell with London. I've had enough of it.
Yeah, England is going, and I'm not sure how it is in the States, but England is going through like a surge of the flu,
Hmm.
the really bad flu, and then a lot of people after getting the flu are getting colds.
Or other infections.
Yeah. So hopefully the antibiotics that I have been on are going to be like garlic
Hmm.
to the vampires. Anyway, let's get to some of the comments.
Yes, so this is on the last episode of the Totally Schway podcast. By now, I think everyone knows how this works. The last episode was about why Mary loves Harley Quinn. So I'm going to do it slightly differently this time. I'm going to read the newest comments to the oldest because it's just easier for me. And the latest comment we have there is from Captain Alces, who says, "Glad to hear Mary feeling better. I didn't get much time to leave a thoughtful comment, but I'm happy to hear both of your voices. My partner and I are also recovering from hideous colds, and I don't wish it on anyone." So there you go, Mary. It is
Yeah.
international. Well, they said it started out in Australia. Their flu season started way ahead of
Yeah.
schedule. Anyway, I hope you do talk about Bruce Timm and maybe Paul Dini. They are both fascinating people with 1,000 stories of their own. Yeah, it would be nice. I won't say what I was going to say.
I want to do like separate episodes on Paul Dini and Bruce Timm. I don't think I mentioned that in the actual episode because I have thoughts about them. They're all positive, by the way.
Mhm.
Um,
Yeah, I wasn't going to say anything bad.
no, about the individuals because I think the whole team is just so fantastic.
Hmm.
Mind you, there are people I do like more than others because I've actually spoken to them before and it's like their episodes kind of spoke to me more than
Yeah.
other episodes and all of that. But yeah, I really want to do but probably in the new year we'll do episodes about I think more individuals that had something to do with the show just because I'm married to a guy that knows a few things about it and actually speaking about the individuals I think is important because
Yeah.
artists deserve individuality.
Yeah, I mean, we could easily do one on Paul Dini because he did a autobiographical comic talking about. It was around the time of Mask of the Phantasm where he was assaulted
Hmm.
and had to have facial surgery to repair the damage and kind of all of the emotional problems he had around that time as well.
It's just these people that worked on these shows, you can tell, and I've said this before and I'll say it again, that they really cared about the things going on in the show and then what came after it and
Yeah.
everything. And these individuals, I don't think I have read about or researched one of them that isn't strong
Hmm.
and just a beautiful human being.
Yeah, I agree.
Whereas if you research the Beetlejuice cast, Maybe they're not so
Maybe
great.
not. No. Well, some of them didn't return, did they?
Oh.
Anyway, just to continue Captain Else's comment, he says, "Be well, everyone, and congrats again to Luke on your publication. I hope you get a lot of Christmas sales." Thank you. Sales are okay. I think they are steady, and that's a good thing.
Yeah, it's a good first round.
Yeah, I'm very fortunate to have the audience that I do, and that there are people rooting for me as well.
Mm-hmm.
Dan Reber was on the Justice League Revisited podcast, and he gave me a very nice plug there. And James, the co-host, said he was going to buy a copy, so that was good. Susan Eisenberg, however, just said it was really cool. That was it.
Oh my God, Susan Eisenberg has so much going on in life. Come on.
Yeah.
If she even says anything about anything, I'm writing it down. I'm like, where can I buy this? Does she like it? Because if she doesn't, scratch off the shopping list.
But yes, thanks to Dan also for obviously writing the foreword for the book. If you see Dan at a convention, he's going to have some copies of my book there, and he said he's going to sign them, and you can buy it there if you would like to. Anyway, next comment is from Julia Raoul, who says, "Hello, Mary Jo Star and grumpy ass absolute Luke Wilson."
That is perfect.
I still would prefer the absolute goddamn Luke or whatever.
Anyway, I'm going to say Owen Wilson.
Yeah. I don't think I'm much of an Owen Wilson, actually. Anyway, it's been a while since I last spoke to both of you, but I have been posting in your lovely little community you've got, Luke Wilson, posting about stuff I like and commenting on your post about the Absolute Universe comics that you know I don't like. Yeah, that is true. About why I don't like Roid Raging Axe Murder Batman and currently Grimdark Edgelord Monster Joker and this new version of Harley Quinn that already I don't like the design of in the Absolute Universe. I need to take a breath. Whew. Once again, it's try-hard 90s schlock that Rob Liefeld would have drawn. Ouch. Everything and everyone in the Absolute Universe comics looks like a terrible Rob Liefeld Extreme Studios quarter bin comic reject from 1992. But I hear Luke Wilson and Casually Comics talk about the Absolute Universe like it's the second coming of the New 52 that's not going to fail. Well, I think the New 52 did fail in the end. It started out strong, but it flopped. Whereas the Absolute books, if we're just going by sales, anyway, they keep getting stronger and stronger and stronger. And I think so long as they keep doing their own thing, they will succeed. And it's completely okay to not like the thing that they are doing. I don't think any of us have a problem with other people having different opinions. I've lost my place in the comment. Oh no, there we go. So, Luke, I have a question for you. Luke Wilson, is Scott Snyder plotting to erase the old universe and history? And does he hate Silver Age and Bronze Age comics by DC because his output just looks like he has some hatred of the old continuity and the whimsy and camp of those older comics and the past? Is it true? No, it is not true. He's done interviews with Casually Comics, Sasha, where he said that his intention is just to get more people buying comics, and he hopes that... And actually, he said that you can see in the sales data that when the Absolute books do well, associated mainline books also get a slight bump as well. So, for instance, when I think it was when the Catwoman issue came out for Absolute Batman, you saw that Batman got a rise as well. And also he says that the main reason why he's done this Absolute line is because he does not want to replace what came before, and he thinks that was one of the mistakes of the New 52 era, is that it replaced everything else. He says you should do both and let people buy what they like and enjoy what they like. And ultimately he is a horror writer, so he's going to write like horrific things, generally speaking, and people seem to respond to it. Particularly, I don't know if you visit bleedingcool.com, but they always do like reports into sales and stuff, and a lot of comic store owners leave comments on these posts, and they all talk about how lots of young people are coming in, buying up Absolute Batman, Absolute Superman, Absolute Wonder Woman, and it's bringing in more people into the hobby, which is a good thing. That's how you keep it going. Now, when we went to that signing yesterday, like all of the most, I would say, well, maybe not most dedicated people, but the people that were there before us, they were all older. There was a lot of grey hair there, including my own, by the way.
We're not talking about mine because mine is from the salon, allegedly.
But I did notice that behind us were younger people. But, we need to bring in more people into the hobby because otherwise it's going to die out. And I think we should be celebrating anything that gets more people engaged in reading.
Yeah, because it's fundamental. And there's something I'm going to talk about the TikTok thing.
Uh-huh.
So I have heard from an actual news source that I trust, kind of, um, that there are a lot of kids and teenagers, specifically in the States, that are more, they don't know how to properly read.
Uh-huh.
And a lot of people are like blaming it on the internet and stuff like that. For whatever reason, let's just get everybody to read a little bit. Instead of like giving out a problem, why don't we just give out the solution? And stuff like this is great.
Mm-hmm.
Where you're having like you said, the new 52, you can go back and read. You can read the absolute Batman, and then you can read the other things as well.
Yep.
And just treat them like different things.
Yeah. I was going to say as well, there was an interesting article on Bleeding Cool about sales prices for first prints of Absolute Batman. And while graded copies are, they're still quite high, $150, something like that. Raw copies that haven't been slabbed are going for much higher. And the reason I think that is because people want to own it and they want to read it, not just have like an investment piece that they'll keep in a bit of plastic forever.
When you say raw slabs, what does that mean?
So slabbed means it's got like a plastic casing around it and it's got a grade assigned to it based on the
Oh,
the
yeah,
damage.
I've got a few of them.
Yeah, I mean, I've got some of those as
Yeah.
well. Mostly older stuff. I've got one from the 40s.
All of mine are older.
Yeah. Whereas raw ones, it's just, as if you bought it off the shelf.
Mm-hmm.
And I think this is a good thing, generally speaking.
I love the fact that they are doing because I mentioned this last night when we were at Forbidden Planet. I am in love with the little skinny hardbacks they have of them.
Mm-hmm.
And I will have all of them, especially the Green Lantern ones, because I love the design of the Green Lantern.
Good.
I added to the conversation.
You have? Yeah, you have. All right, let's continue Julia's comment then. She says, I like Harley Quinn from the DCAU because she has a sense of humour and I love her relationship with Poison Ivy. And, well, she's a character I would like to see better outside of Joker and Batman. Even I want to see Harley outside of Suicide Squad, but that's me. These days she reminds me of Deadpool in a good way. But I also feel like Harley Quinn sadly overshadows the Golden Age Harlequin, Molly Main, who sadly these days doesn't show up in current comics because the Harley Quinn we have in comics just pushed the Golden Age Harlequin into obscurity, sadly, and I really like the Golden Age Harley Quinn too. Where's her comic in 2025? What are her adventures? Why can't we have a team-up of Harley Quinn and Golden Age Harlequin? It seems like Scott Snyder has so much pull at DC. Why doesn't he greenlight the new Next Level DC book and not stand by while a queer writer loses her job at DC? I think you're talking about the writer of Red Hood there. So, a couple of things. So, I obviously, I've never spoken to Scott Snyder, don't know him personally. I'm just going by what he has said in interviews.
Not to be confused with Rob Snyder.
Rob Schneider.
Is it a hot chick?
Rob Schneider.
Yeah.
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 Not to be confused. Or Zack Snyder, the movie director.
No.
But he said his approach is he goes to creative teams that he likes, or writers that he likes, or artists he likes, and says, what do you want to do? And that's how we've ended up with, Deathstroke the Terminator coming back, and Etrigan and Lobo, and so on. And I believe you're referring to the writer of Red Hood, whose name escapes me at the moment, Gretchen something, who made some distasteful remarks about the assassination of Charlie Kirk. I mean, ultimately, Warner Brothers have contracts in place that have got like social media conduct clauses in them.
Immorality clauses.
Yeah. Well, morality.
Yeah.
But ultimately, they were in violation of their contract and they were let go. Now, doesn't mean they'll never come back, but I think the heat will need to die down a bit. And who knows what the future will bring. Anyway, to continue Julia's comment, and I have one more question for you, Luke. Since Absolute Universe is so successful, do you think it will try to use Neil Gaiman's Sandman characters in his edgelord Batman and Superman and Wonder Woman universe? Since he loves writing edgy, violent things, I just want to know your answer. I don't think he'll bother. I think perhaps the allegations around Neil Gaiman's conduct have kind of tainted the Sandman brand. That's hard to say. So I don't think we'd see them come back. So until next time, true believers, Mary, Joe Star, and Grumpy, not sure, Luke Wilson. Thank you for your comment, Julia. Right, next we have Lower Lucas Jr., who says, YouTube, you're a harsh algorithm for deleting my tome of the beloved clown girl, but here we go again. Hooray, today it's totally Schway coming your way with a recovering Mary, drink lots of water and let's play. And that was the whole comment. So good effort. Thank you for your comment, Lower Lucas Jr. I'll just have to imagine what you said in the rest of the comment that YouTube had removed.
By the way, I think this is just an idea at the moment, depending on what my ADHD lets me do. I'm thinking about doing a little Christmas video for you guys with all of your comments from my shorts that I've done this month. So it might be a little bit of a longer video, but what do you guys think about that? Do you think it's something that you guys would want to see? Because I've been holding off on actually like talking to all of them because I've had this idea in my head for a little bit. So I think it would be fun. Yeah.
Cool.
Woo-hoo.
Next, we have Ryan Jones, who says, hello, nice to see you, Mary Poppins. I'm glad you're feeling better, and hello, Luke Wayne. In your absence, I watched Jump on the Batwagon podcast, and I commented on the Final Cut episode, and when James read my comment, he acknowledged my joke that I called him James from Team Rocket. Do you know that he has bought a video store, which is great because he's keeping physical media alive? Yes, I did know.
Oh, did we know this? I think I have made plans.
Oh, yes. Yeah, Mary says we're going to have to go and visit.
Yeah, because I really want to visit the Pacific Northwest, like in general. And it's in Oregon, you said? So that would be perfect.
Yeah, and Brian from Jump on the Batwagon said I should come and see them. So
Mm.
what Brian says goes. Anyway. I am worried about the Netflix deal with Warner Brothers, mainly because if it goes through, I'm concerned for the future of Warner Brothers movies might be only on Netflix instead of movie theatres. But it could be worse. Paramount have bought them instead, and I heard that Paramount's new CEO is a Trump supporter. Now, finally, for Harley Quinn, aka the sexiest clown girl I know of, my favourite Harley episode is Harley's Holiday because it shows Batman's compassion for her, and he is rooting for her to reform. And my favourite scene is when he said to her that I had a bad day too once.
Oh, I love that.
Yes. When she kissed Batman, from that moment, all the Batquin shippers were born. Yes.
Yes, they were, including myself.
I should know because I'm one of them.
Same. I didn't even read that comment before. Word.
I posted on Mary's community tab about whether she got Pokemon Legends Z through A or Z through A, but she never replied. Mary, do you like Pokemon or not?
I do like Pokemon, so much so that I went to a 2018, I believe, Pokemon pop-up at one of our malls here. At I think we got there like 4.
Yeah, 4 a.m. had joined the queue and we didn't get in until after midday.
Yeah, it was about 1 o'clock. But yeah, I do like Pokemon. Um, I stopped playing the Pokemon Go game well, I say recently, about God, I don't even know how long ago.
About 4 years ago.
Yeah, because I just got so annoyed with some of the glitches in it. And the Game Boy games, I did like Pokemon Yellow. When I was able to play on a Game Boy when somebody like was visiting my house that had a Game Boy, that's what they had, that's what I would play, and I really liked it. And then I've played some of the ones on the DS and on the Switch, but I haven't played any of the new ones. But yeah, I do like Pokemon. And my favorite Pokemon, Eevee, Umbreon, and Mew.
Okay, hopefully that answered your question, Ryan.
Yeah.
Next, we've got Doc Widener, who says, thank goodness you're here. I'm glad to hear Mary is on the mend. Short comment today because a lot to do. I will post pics, but the holiday light parade in Baltimore is this evening. I slept in because I was just feeling worn down. No sore throat or anything, just feeling like my batteries are low. Yeah, tell me about it. I didn't get out of bed until like 10 o'clock today, which is very unusual for me.
It was 10:30.
Yeah. I've been enjoying Pluribus, which is something I intend to watch as well at some point. Welcome to Derry and Stranger Things. The latter still has issues, but I'm a completionist, so I want to see how it goes. And the young lady who played Holly Wheeler was quite good. I've been enjoying the Advent calendar as well. That's good.
Thank you, guys.
Was watching something about the 9LD D&D cartoon. I wonder if that's 90s D&D cartoon that came out. No, it wouldn't be because it came out when he was in middle school. Probably old D&D cartoon that came out when I was in middle school. Ears picked up when they mentioned Paul Dini worked on it for a while. Yes, he did. Hopefully the question is not one of the folks you pick a present for because we know orange socks is his go-to gift. Yes, yes. Have you been watching any of the animated crypto shorts on YouTube? I don't think so. No, I watched one of them. The first one that came out.
Excuse me? What's going on here?
There's like a animated crypto short. Like, there's no dialogue in it. At least the one I watched had no dialogue in it. He was chasing, was it a squirrel? Something like that. Chasing it around town, causing chaos.
Why haven't I been Google notified about this?
I don't know. Have to update your notifications,
I
perhaps.
don't have anything on there. But what I mean was, why didn't my husband tell me this?
I did tell you when it came out.
Was I bitching about being sick?
No, it came out like
Was
months
I
ago. Months ago.
reading about Abraham Lincoln's last descendant or doing anything else? Because if I was, I don't remember.
Hmm. I mean, I don't remember. It was like back in August, I think, when it came out. So it was ages ago.
Okay.
Anyway. But thank you for your comment, Doc.
Thank you, Doc.
David Carney's next. He says, "Hi, Mary and Luke. Nice to have you both back, sounding healthy." how I was going to say how the mighty have fallen, but that's not quite what I meant. Doesn't matter. Really love the different version of Harley Quinn we have from Cape Crusader to Absolute Batman, which I'm loving so much. It would be boring if all versions were exactly the same. Arlene
Amen.
Sorkin will always be the voice I hear. Have a good week, all.
Amen.
Seconded. Next we have RJ Productions, who says, so glad to hear Mary's feeling well. Harley Quinn truly is iconic. My favourite take on her comes from the Harley Quinn TV series. And after Harley's holiday, I kind of ship Harley with Veronica Vreeland. Their chemistry was well written and they bounced off of each other really well. They seemed to part ways on good terms too. Now for the next chapter, a different side to him, a Lex Luthor ex Mercy Graves fanfiction. Okay, here we go. Chapter 2, Lex's POV. All I could see was black, my body felt numb, one wrong move and I'd feel excruciating pain. I tried to open my eyes, but the moisture wouldn't allow them to come apart. After forcing myself to open my eyes, my vision was blurry. I blinked and then it cleared. The colour drained from my face as soon as I saw the big blue bastard smiling down at me. Ah, so he's finally awake, exclaimed my arch nemesis brightly. I groaned and rubbed my face, hoping it was all a bad dream. Lex, oh my god, are you okay? Cried the familiar voice of my assistant. She lunged forward and wrapped her arms around me, making me groan in pain as my body was pressed down. Easy, Mercy, I'm still hurting, I grumbled. Mercy then hastily drew back, blushing perfumery and covering her mouth. Blushing perfumery? That sounds... I don't know what that means. Anyway, crap, I'm sorry, she exclaimed hastily. You're fine, I replied briskly before my attention was drawn to Superman. What are you doing here, alien? I demanded, to which he folded his arms and raised an eyebrow. It's lovely to see you too, Lex, he replied with self-righteous sarcasm. You're lucky I got here on time. The car was flipped over, with both you and Mercy inside, excuse me. I think you owe her thanks for calling 911 just before I got here. My attention was drawn to my assistant as she smiled and waved sheepishly. Thanks, I told her flatly. Suddenly, a slightly chubby doctor with thinning hair and a British accent entered the room. All right, Mr. Luther. I feel seen. Your test... and he's slightly chubby, though, so that wouldn't be me. Your test results should be back in a few days. Luckily, there's no excessive injuries, though I do recommend you rest and don't overexert yourself. Thank you, Dr. Mears. Oh, son of a... replied Mercy.
I'm gonna have
with
to
relief.
not say that word.
When do you think he'll be discharged? Mercy POV. I waited for the doctor's response. Oh, God. Sorry, when I read, I sometimes read like a couple of sentences ahead at the same time. That's why I sometimes trip over words, and I just read most of this paragraph. Anyway, I waited for the doctor's response. He cleared his throat and said confidently, please call me Luke. Please call me Luke. I'll have to do a few more tests on Mr. Luther, so he'll have to stay a few more nights. I felt a lump form in my throat as tears glistened in my eyes, but I blinked and swallowed, then replied with a firm but grateful thank you, Doctor. Dr. Mears nodded and left the hospital ward. I glanced over at Lex. I wanted to hold his hand and cradle his head in my arms, but I knew that Lex wasn't too big on physical contact. I tried my best to smile, and I said enthusiastically, I'm glad you're okay, Lex. Thank you. replied Lex curtly. Now would you mind getting me some coffee? I'm quite parched and my mouth is dry. I nodded and complied, leaving the ward briskly. A selfish part of me wanted Lex to be more thankful that he was safe, but all that mattered was that he was okay. Lex's POV. I exhaled in exhaustion as I rested my head back on the soft pillow and closed my eyes. I tried to relax, but Superman irritatingly broke the silence. She likes you, you know, he told me firmly. Would it hurt to be a little more tender with her? I chuckled to myself, then replied coldly, Mercy's feelings toward me are none of your concern, alien. Maybe, but without her, neither myself nor the medics would have been able to save you, he replied. Then the big blue boy scout turned away, then flew out of the window. I stared up at the ceiling, my nemesis's words echoing in my mind. As much as I hate to admit it, he was right. Without Mercy, I probably wouldn't be here. I decided to show her my gratitude by giving her a raise once I'm out of the hospital. So there we go.
Like, how much of a raise? Like 20%, 50%, double?
Yeah.
Because if I save somebody's life, I mean, I'm gonna do it and not expect a raise. But if it's like Lex Luthor, I mean, I'm gonna be like, y'all, Lex, listen up. I've got kids, cats, and I'm gonna need some cheddar because Gilly likes cheese.
Yeah, I guess we'll find out in the next chapter. Thank you, Harry. So, next comment. Excuse me, my voice went a bit weird then. Next comment is from Aku Ira. I think I've said that probably wrong, but oh well. Let's just go with it.
What's new?
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. It's honestly odd to think that Harley Quinn is a relatively new addition to the Batman mythos. It's amazing how she went from the most minor of minor characters to a mainstay. Well, yes, yeah, I always think of the 90s as 15 years ago, but no.
Speak for yourself.
30 years ago. So, if you think about it, when Harley Quinn came into existence, characters like Ra's al Ghul, Talia al Ghul were similarly new because they came about in the 70s. And Scarface was super new because he came out in the late 80s. So they are also mainstays now, aren't they? Yeah, it's funny how time works. And I'm not being sarcastic when I say that. It does really blow my mind. Lowell Lucas Jr.'s full comment appears here as well, even though he said it was deleted. Okay. Well, let's just go with it. Hooray, because today's the day. It's totally Schway coming at you live with the recovering Mary. Time to celebrate the Harley way. Got some news that I finally got my stitches out, but was healing this week. It was hard to draw with one eye again, but I'm able to submit my entry to a contest for an awesome contest for Rippaverse. It says LSOM. Please wish me luck.
Good luck.
Also, the absolute goddamn Luke man. Oh, there we go. Someone's on brand. I apologise for the Harley tone below, but like Mary, I love the gal. I know we've gone down this roller coaster named Harley before, but it's a thrill I enjoy going over and over again. I'll never forget Arlene Sorkin's fantastic performance from As the World Turns, thanks to my babysitter, to enjoying her as the Laffy Daffy Clown. I really wish she could visit Colorado, but her talents were needed elsewhere. Also, yes, even as a kid I knew Ivy and Harley walking around in their undies meant something more. Phooey to that commenter about his hot cousin.
What?
Do you remember the commenter that said walking around nearly nude does not mean you're in a relationship. My cousin showers with her roommate.
Oh, yeah. No, your roommate has some explaining to do to herself to nobody else.
Well, I was going to say, they don't have anything to explain.
Yeah, that's what I just said, essentially.
Yeah. With Harley, she's someone impulsive but genuinely loving yet headstrong, and not someone you ever want to cross because she'll get back to you eventually. I love her sweet bubbly side that has a sharp mind that is both brilliant and can easily be twisted with raw emotions. I enjoyed her first appearance since it first aired on Fox and was looking forward to seeing her with the Joker in future episodes. Harley and Ivy will always be a crown jewel of favourite episodes right next to Harley's Holiday. You can't beat a Harley car chase without the tank. When I first saw her in Mad Love animated episode, my heart stopped when Joker pushed her out the window. Maybe it was the beautiful animation of Harley's panicked face, her slow motion reaction before falling, or the music dramatically stopping when you hear the glass shatter. But I was scared for her. It made me realise how much I truly cared about this character and almost cried seeing her say, "I'm sorry, I didn't get the joke." I know many complained Harley got too big too fast and doesn't deserve to be recognised as part of the Big Three or one of the Elder Gods of Hot Topic. Check out Hats Off review for Harley's movie for that reference, by the way. But my 2 cents on that criticism, she's no doormat, she's more than just a henchwoman. We saw a character grow from being abused, getting her groove back, girl power, enthusiasm from Ivy to stand up to that clown, and over the years, stands up as a character who doesn't take crap. She developed right in front of her eyes over the years, and haters didn't see it. She came from being a mere hench girl to becoming tank girl. She went from doormat to dominatrix, and I'm here to say I love it. Also, thanks for the heads up for the Artman Gallery. Now I know where to go to get some lovely cells or even something private to hang in my gallery. So, Mary, I did work on a Harley just for you, so be sure to check her out on the Serum Lake Facebook page, led by the menace of the absolute goddamn Luke Man. I didn't see it on there.
I'm just gonna look now. I'm gonna say something, guys, about me looking at things. It seems like I don't look at a lot of stuff. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I will go into the living room 18 times just to fill up my glass with ice, okay? 17 out of 18 times I forget on the way there, which is not far from where I work. So I'm so sorry that my attention span, especially since I've was ill, hasn't been the greatest. And I do apologize to you guys about that. And in the new year, I'm working with my therapist. I will be working with my therapist on trying to um be better at having a better attention span, as in like not forgetting to put water into the ice machine.
Or turning the ice machine on and then just leaving it all day and never emptying it.
Is there's an ice fairy here because the ice just disappears and ends up in the freezer.
Yeah, I wonder who that is.
Gilgamesh. But yeah, I wanted to put that out there and apologize to you guys. But I'm sure some like a lot of you guys can relate as well. So
Yeah.
yeah. I don't know why I felt like saying that, but yeah.
Well, the funny thing is, I didn't notice it either. Perhaps I didn't get the notification that it was posted. But anyway, till then, thank you all for reading this tome, and the 2 fans who might like this comment. Ha ha ha. Take care, you all still got some healing to do. Oh, 3 people liked your comment, so there we go. Unless you liked it yourself, in which case.
I am so happy that you are healing. Like it is a joy to hear that because I think about you a lot. Um and I cannot imagine what it would be like to be great at drawing and stuff like that and then not being able to do it.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, thank you for your comment. Mary's just going to look for that picture now, aren't you?
Oh yeah. See, I've literally looked. I popped up Facebook, right? And then this is what I saw.
She saw a cat with a big bowl of snow?
Yeah.
And the cat's like, what the hell's that? Now Mary's just like completely forgotten what she was doing. So while Mary does that, I'm going to read the next comment, which is from Screen Wiper, who says, "I'm glad Mary and Luke are both well enough to record an episode this week." Yeah, thank you.
Luke is well enough.
Just about.
Do it.
I can feel myself deteriorating.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Like I feel and I hear that he might just go back to bed after this.
Yeah, I probably will.
Play more Vampire Survivors.
Yeah, I probably will. So we've got the chicken news from Sunday the 7th of December. There wasn't much to report until recently. Everyone is well. Mabel is recovering from her molt. Wilma is chatty. Doris is very chatty. Betty still does the thing where she gets sleepy and thus using similar body language to being ill makes me worry, but it turns out she's fine. Mornings are a small pain in the arse. I go out around sunrise to be there when the coop opens and give them their hot mush breakfast. Soon as the hens hear me, Doris, who used to just make a polite chirp, starts screaming to be let out, and does come straight out when the door is opened. The other 3, meanwhile, don't want to come out. They don't want to go out into the cold and the wet and the dark, even if the sun is up. Sufficient cloud cover makes it dark still, and I don't blame them. I don't like it either. Mabel usually does follow Doris after a couple of minutes, drawn out by the smell of the mush, and reassured by my presence that some animal won't eat her. Wilma and especially Betty often stay in the coop for a bit longer. Makes me worry they're sick, but they just want to lie in. They'd be happy if I didn't open the coop till later, I think. Even when they do get up, while Wilma usually eats some pellets or mush straight away, it takes Betty another couple of minutes or more to feel like eating. She's just not a morning hen, and I sympathise. F mornings. There's a reason, though, why Doris is so keen to get up as early as possible. She is hungry. Doris has the munchies because she's randomly started laying eggs again. They're good quality eggs with good shells, so peritonitis is unlikely until that changes. The first one laid on Tuesday looked like a hybrid of a Doris and Mabel egg, and I was unsure whose. Could have been any of them. Wilma and Betty's hormones are due to wear off around now, but Doris seemed really keen on watching. I've just lost my place. Doris seemed really keen on watching my reaction to finding it, like she knew it was there and was so proud. So she was my main suspect. She is also a much more brightly coloured hat comb than the others. Egg laid on Thursday appeared much more Dorisy in colour and texture, but was laid in the night before sunrise, with everyone in the coop, so I couldn't be sure whose it was. Although I did find it in a spot Doris often sleeps in. Friday, another egg, actually maybe more like the colour of a Mabel egg, but shaped and textured like a Mabel egg. Yesterday, though, I caught her red-winged going into the eggless coop in the afternoon, and then when she came out, I looked again and found an egg. I'm being a detective just like Batman. Yes, you are. I am really hoping Doris has a day off. These are all pretty big, and I don't want her giving herself sapingitis again, or worse, a prolapse. Oh, God, no.
Oh, no.
So far today, she hasn't laid an egg. I'll update this comment later about whether it stays that way. Well, no update at this time of recording, so we might just have to find out next time. Did you find that picture, Mary?
I'm looking now and I can't see it. It's on certain like viewers, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've gone through.
If you click on photos?
Yeah, I looked at that and it's
It hasn't clicked. Tap it again.
Yeah.
There's nothing from Lowell Lucas Jr. there. Unbelievable.
Why don't they have a tab on here that you can actually search for the person in the group?
I don't know. Right. Next comment. Oh, thank you for your chicken update, by the way, Screen Viper.
I love chicken.
Next comment is from Justin Riley, who says, time to watch our favourite jester and hedge wench. Yes, it was.
I am kind of a wench.
Okay, good. Right, finally, we have Big Mikey P's comment. Michael Andre Parlon says, Mary's on the Michaels, mostly right with the world again in this day or night. For news beside the Netflix Hot Topic deal, heard Penguin will get a second season. I, however, do not get the gay rep DCAU Harley Quinn and Poison Ivy get, especially with far more fleshed out and healthy LGBTQ plus couples in stuff like Cardcaptor Sakura and Adventure Time's comparison. Insert that Drake meme based on Hotline Bling, would you kindly? Still, at least it's not almost as out of nowhere as the Legend of Korra's Korrasami. I don't wear tank tops and I'm less fond of short shorts. Did I say the Big Mikey P wore tank tops and short shorts? I don't know.
I have no idea.
To be honest, it was so long ago I can't remember anything.
It has been quite a busy couple, like a busy 6 weeks for us.
Yeah, generally a busy life. Anyway, one of those folks who'd prefer wearing t-shirts and pants/pajamas for showing off skin feels wrong. No, it's not because of a Christian, Catholic, Baptist upbringing. We're admittedly not too conservative on clothing factors, thank gosh. More like personal preference. Says a lot that this even became pervasive with fictional character outfit preferences, as seen with my preferring fully armoured soldier types, say the Republican Imperial armies of Star Wars, the Halo Spartans, and the Red vs. Blue Freelancers and Simulator Troopers, and the Arkham vs. Batsuits. Anime manga outfits that aren't Sailor Moonish, like perennial favourite Homura Akemi before she became a devil from the Rebellion movie onwards, plus a select several Uma Musume casual outfits like Rice Shower's coat sweater. Okay, I have a little clue on what her outfit is exactly called. Lol. And whatever aesthetic Gravity Falls is Mabel Pines and Read or Dies Yomiko Reedman, perhaps, a bookworm frumpy character that I can relate to. Oh, yeah, bookworm called Reed Man. Yeah, okay. As Mary has Harley have. Sorry, I interrupted that last sentence like halfway through and it made it make no sense. Let me try that last bit again. And whatever aesthetic Gravity Falls, Mabel Pines, and Read or Dies Yomiko Reedman, a bookworm frumpy character there I can relate to, as Mary has with Harley, have. And for that, the DCAU Harley Quinn surprisingly succeeds in the conservative factor, even if her outfit is skin tight. The same can be said of Margot Robbie's hip midrifter iteration. I don't remember this Silver Bullet show Serum Lake is talking about. Silver Bullet was a website, not a show. Still can see what he means by forced diversity seeming wrong or right depending on certain scenarios, and I can admit that I praised Teen Titans 2003, Justice League and Unlimited, The Batman 2004, Kim Possible, Phineas and Ferb, and even The Amazing World / The Wonderfully Weird World of Gumball for having at least a diverse bunch of characters, even when they're background civilian extras. Just don't do something like that weird World War II horror movie about a woman turret gunner of an Allied bomber plane mind. Befits what's wrong with woke stuff, such eyebrow-raising liberties on foundational realism. Now listen. You know what I'm going to say. It's fiction. It can be whatever you want. I mean, unless they're claiming it's like a documentary. I don't think going, oh, it's not realistic is a valid complaint. But anyway, kicked out of a Denny's because of something Lord of the Rings romance related. Humorously quaint. What's the romance about Frodo and Sam shipping? He. Yeah, Jack Kirby is still the better name, a necessary sacrifice westernizing his unquotable name. I don't think there's anything hard to say about Jacob. What was his name? Kurtzberg?
Kurtzberg?
I think it was Kurtzberg.
It's a nice name.
Might have been Kurtzman, but I think it was Kurtzberg. But anyway. Harley's, alas, still damaged good. Remember Tim Drake from Batman Beyond Return of the Joker. Live long and prosper, Mary's love of Barbies. To conclude, I've two movies that are peaking my eyes, and because I've forgotten to mention one in the last Totally Schway all those weeks ago, the colourful Japanese horror anthology Kwaidan, pronounced Kaidan, the W is silent, by Masaki Kobayashi of the Human Condition trilogy, Harakiri, the Samurai and Samurai Rebellion fame, based on at least 4 tales originating in the Greek-born Lafcadio Hearn's writings. His book, also named Kaidan, included. Personally, Yuki Onna and Hirochi Zero are the Goliath tales, but the rest are no small fright either. Tangled, the Disney adaptation of the Rapunzel fairy tale. Forget Frozen and its 2 popular songs. This is true peak Disney princess movie of the 2010s. Rapunzel, Flynn Rider, crossed out, Eugene Fizzibert, Pascal and Maximus are far more relatable, if not lively protagonists. Mother Gothel and those bandit brothers voiced by Ron Perlman are a memorable and less shock value bunch of villains. Sorry, Hans. And the songs are neatly not too earwormy.
I'm going to say something.
Please do.
I have never seen Frozen or Frozen 2 or anything like that. But I have seen the West End version of Frozen, and I have to say, although the story wasn't for me, the acting was impeccable. Absolutely impeccable. Like the woman who played Elsa, there was a point where she started to, I think it was she was singing Let It Go, and then she did the dress thing. But it wasn't the dress thing that got me. It was the note that this woman had hit. Like that note, I felt something I felt something in my cold little heart just warm up just a little bit, and then it went back cold, obviously. But it was beautiful. That's what I have to say about that.
Good. Just to finish off Big Mikey P's comment, it says, if you guys are going to talk about Bruce Timm and maybe Paul Dini, you guys also going to mention their work on Star Wars cartoons, droids and Ewoks? Probably not, any more so than just saying that.
Yeah, I think I've mentioned this on the podcast before. I am not a big fan of Star Wars. I don't hate it. I think it's perfectly nice, but it's just it's not my sort of thing. But if George Lucas is listening right now, I am completely available to do any minor background role if you'd like me to be in there.
I don't think he has a say anymore, Mary. He sold everything off.
George Lucas.
Get the hell out of here, George Lucas.
I hope you're having a good day.
Right, and the last sentence is, shall await the flip side and Christmas special, totally Schway. Thank you, Big Michael
Oh
B. And thank
yeah.
you, everyone, for your comments. That
Fun.
was the last one. I'm losing the will to live rapidly, not because of their comments, but because I am unwell.
Yeah, I've got some decent things planned out for next year, so hopefully we will get past this sickness.
We will.
Um, I think I'm past it for the most part. Now you just have to deal with the other health problems,
Uh,
mental health to begin with. Um, so it is the holiday season, whether you celebrate Christmas or not. It sounds like I'm starting to do an ad.
uh,
Whether you celebrate Christmas or any holiday, I really hope you guys truly understand what the holiday, you know, time is all about. And that's just love, just to, love other people, love yourself, and to just show that. Um, it's been a weird year for the world. Whether you're talking about politics, the economy, or personal problems, whether that's health or relationships or whatever. It's been kind of a weird year. And I want everyone to know that it's going to be okay, and that if you broke up with somebody, you're going to find somebody cuter, cooler, and who likes to make pancakes if you like pancakes.
uh,
And
if you don't like pancakes, learn to like them.
yeah. Um, and if any other things happen, like if you lost your job or anything like that, you will find another one, and it is going to be hard. But at the end of the day, you cannot forget to not only love the people around you, but love yourself, because that is just as important as, loving your parents or your guardians or whatnot. RuPaul said it best. If you can't love yourself, how the hell are you going to love somebody else? And I think about that on a daily basis, mainly because my husband and my therapist tell me to. But I just want you guys to know that even though I'm doing this like Advent thing, for this month or whatever, or until Christmas Day, I'm celebrating each and every day that I am with my husband, and every day that I am able to just be able to love him and my cats and my family that I've created over here. So I hope all of you are doing the same, and I hope all of you have a brilliant holiday season. And if you don't celebrate Christmas, tell us what you celebrate. I celebrate Christmas because it's a big thing with your family.
Oh, it's just a thing in this
Yeah.
country. We're not a particularly religious country anymore,
Mhm.
but we still celebrate
Yeah.
Christmas, and we look for any old excuse to have a good time.
Yeah. I celebrate my cats. I know that sounds really ridiculous or whatever, but I'm just so grateful and things like that because they make me happy. And yeah, and I appreciate the things that I am able to have in this life, um through other people, through my own hard work, or just through sheer chance.
Uh, can I just interrupt with some breaking news? There has been an update from Screen Wiper that we're cutting in here. Sunday, 14th of December. Doris didn't lay an egg that day. It was my birthday on Wednesday. Many happy returns, belatedly. And she didn't lay that day either. She had a rest and gave me reassurance she wasn't overdoing it, and she didn't yesterday either. Over a week, and she has shown a pattern, taking a day off about once every 3 days. That's a productive but sustainable rate. Good girl.
Oh
Dolls.
yeah.
I said dolls instead of Doris. My brain is fried. Everyone else had a good but uneventful week. Had a very vocal Wilma at times, so she's feeling well. She says she wants the hens to have more garden access. They can't because Daddy needs a lie-in on weekends. Betty got stroppy over a couple of days, pecking at Doris and Mabel over food, or even nothing sometimes. She got told off and seems to have a mood swung back to being nice today. Mabel's all right. She got a bit nervous when Betty was being mean, but felt more confident after I stood up for her. All the hens gave me a cuddle for my birthday. I made them.
Oh, happy belated birthday. I hope it was really good. It sounds like it was really good.
Wilma and Betty behaved very well. Doris has a little fidget at first. Mabel squirmed and put muddy footprints on my hoodie. Might give her more cuddles to get her more used to them. That's the chicken update complete.
Do you think I would be a good chicken mother? A good hen?
Probably.
Yeah. I love farm critters. Who were we talking about? There was a book that's out, like a new book that was out, and you were saying it was like a skyscraper snake. A ballast or
It had a basilisk.
basilisk, yeah.
Basilisk was. It's a
Basilisk.
massive snake.
Yeah. I would hear me out, guys. I love animals, and I would be like, come here, sugar, come give me some sugars. And it would kill me. But
Yeah.
I would die happy knowing that I got to give sugars to a snake.
Cool. Are we done?
I think so.
All right.
What's happening next time?
I think we've reframed it as being like Secret Santa for DCAU characters. So we'll have a list of, how many did we say? 10 characters?
Yeah, we're just going to list off the things that we would get superheroes for Christmas.
Or supervillains.
Or supervillains, yeah. Because Secret Santa is something different for me.
Is it?
Mm-hmm.
Where's where you pick something for someone and they don't know?
Sort of.
Right. Well, what is it for you?
For me, it's like you do something, like you buy something,
Yeah.
and it's not for a particular person.
Yep.
And then you put it in this thing, and then you draw a number, and then that.
Oh, that's a different version of it.
I think somebody calls it White Elephant or something.
That's it. Yeah, where you can like swap presents and
Yeah,
stuff.
I
But
call
not
that Secret
that
Santa.
not that.
Yeah.
One. Like the basic Secret Santa, where you're given someone's name, you buy them a present secretly, and you have to like pick out what's good for them
Mm-hmm.
or what you think is good for them. And perhaps we will ask you to rate our ideas.
No gift vouchers from Amazon.
No Woolworths vouchers either, because Woolworths has been bust for 20 plus.
In the UK anyway.
Yeah, that's right. No.
I think Woolies is still in Australia.
No Zavvi cards. No Virgin Media cards. No Electronics Boutique.
But there are some
certificate.
there are some gifts vouchers that you can get, and I will get into that.
No Nintendo Store credit.
Cuddle vouchers, yeah.
Cuddle vouchers.
Mm-hmm.
What is that?
Like if it was like.
Oh, you mean like you hand it over when you need a hug?
Yeah, cuddle vouchers, not like any like weird kind of cuddles. I mean, if that's what they want.
Well, I don't know. What would you accept that from, say, Toyman? If he turned up and went, I'm cashing in my voucher, Mary.
No, because I wouldn't give it to him.
Yeah, but what if I had given it to him?
Then you would have to have
No, no, he's handing it to you. He's chosen
That's called
you.
harassment.
No, it's not. He's handing in the voucher. He's like, oh, Mary, I
sexual harassment, and I'm gonna sue. I'm gonna sue, and I'm gonna make sure that he's locked up forever.
Leave Bud Court alone.
Like forever locked up, and I don't ever want to see them again. Like, you can't hug me.
I know what I'm getting Toyman now.
Yeah, it's not gonna work. I'll get a restraining order on you and the Toyman protection.
It's a voucher. It's a legal piece of.
There's nothing legal about that.
There is. There absolutely is. As you said, there was nothing sordid or seedy about it. There's nothing inappropriate.
There is something inappropriate that I just don't want to. No.
No, that's the problem with you. He could take you for court for false advertising.
I would willingly pay the price for that.
Yeah, pay the price, which is deliver the goods.
I'd rather them garnish my pay.
So get just like a little hug every day.
No.
Until it's accumulated to a big
take
hug.
Monetary value. Like, you could take my money.
Yeah,
it's not
your affection is priceless, Mary. There's no amount of money he could.
No, I will.
Oh, Mary!
I will change countries.
He's got a helicopter. He'd follow you.
You can't go a helicopter long distances.
I bet he's got a plane as well.
I
think Toyman could make a helicopter go.
I'll put sugar in his fuel tank. if it's an electric one, then
Uh,
I will find a way to not get this person.
yeah, yeah.
Like,
So you say.
absolutely not
So you
happening.
say. We'll
Absolutely
see.
not
There's going to
happening.
be a knock on the door one day, and Bud Court is going to be at the door with the one hug voucher.
Here's the thing: to get in on my door, you have to buzz in.
I might let him in.
No, you will not, because I'll get to the door before you do.
All right, are we just going to stop now? We'll stop now. I can
I
feel
love you
my.
guys. Have a great day. Bye.